With a growing number of elderly people living in the city, mobility is becoming a major problem. One possible solution is a stairlift, a movable chair that helps the elderly or disabled up and down the stairs. One has been installed in a residential building in Jing'an district, and more could be set up in old buildings across the city. Chen Bing takes a look.
All his life,
a version of the stairlift in the animated film Up can now be seen in Shanghai.
Is finally taking off.
Lin Dexing lives on the second floor of this old 7-story building. The 90-year-old says climbing the stairs to his home every day used to be an odyssey. Lin likes to sing opera in a nearby park every morning, but before the stairlift was installed, he could not get outside many days.
Without the chair, I would feel panic when I went up the stairs. I had to be very, very careful.
The Shanghai Senior Citizens Foundation is also offering some help to people with trouble getting up and downstairs. They have a chair that can help people out, but they must reserve it a day in advance, and it takes 2 volunteers to operate. And there are only 10 volunteers working on the program. The stairlift does away with the need for volunteers and reservations, but it does have its own problems.
4 years ago, I had knee surgery. It was uncomfortable for me to go upstairs, so I often stayed at home in the past. And now with the lift, I almost go downstairs every day. Although the speed is slow, that's enough for us old people.
This lift takes 1 minute to climb each flight of the stairs, so it takes 7 minutes to climb from the ground to the top of this building. So it's really comfortable and slow, and it's really very stable. But the users might want to bring a newspaper or a book along for the ride.
Before the building installed the lift, residents have to agree on who would pay the 1,500 yuan annual maintenance costs.
The households reached an agreement on the expense. Those living on the first floor don't need to pay, and starting from the second floor, the higher the households live, the more they pay.
The 340,000 yuan chair was donated by a British lift company in Shanghai. The neighborhood wants to install more, but cannot afford to.
The chair is really expensive. If the government, the company, and some social organizations could share the expense with the senior citizens, further installation might be possible.
In Britain, residents could first apply the local government for the stairlift. The government would then assess their personal health condition and economic ability. If the government approves, the residents only need to pay 20% of the installation fee.
Neighborhood officials are now putting together a report on the stairlift for municipal authorities, in hopes they will find a way to pay for more of the chairs. Chen Bing, Shanghai Live.